and I got blue eyes. What have I been up to? Super fast TLDR. Was in Boston for 2 weeks, getting high on ketamine for therapy. Went to DC for Timcast IRL event. If you haven't watched the debate already, go watch it. It's with Myron Gaines. Funny enough, that's even actually a foreshadow of today. Went back to DC for a conference. Then I went to Chicago for a Ren fair, which, yes, that's kind of why I'm obsessed with corsets right now. They're just such a vibe. And now I'm back. I've discovered that upon me being away, our favorite red pillar, Myron Gaines, his relationship ended. I know, shocking to everyone, that the one-sided open relationship where she packs his condoms for him to go and fuck around with other women didn't work. And she ended up leaving him for what is essentially a construction worker. So we're gonna cover Ab and Preach covering it. I think they did a good job. And afterwards, Myron responded to Ab and Preach. So we get to watch that fun unfold as well. If you're new here, you've never seen this face before, but you want to see it again, don't forget to subscribe, like the video.
Again! And sure enough, Myron has a girlfriend.
Well, when was the last time you had a girlfriend prior to Angie?
Not really.
Because you've never had a girlfriend in your life until you dated a foreign girl.
Not like a, yeah.
The way he says foreign girl. Bro, Jill.
Booty queef in foreign countries, but we're back. Booty queef! Booty queef! Ordinarily, people go through breakups all the time. Nobody should care. But Myron loves to use his unconventional, monogamous on her end, open on mine relationship to prove that his ideology works.
You got a guy that checks off all the boxes. You got to pay the price for that man checking all those boxes. He didn't check all those boxes off to just fuck you. She packs my fucking condoms when I travel. That's how real it is.
1 year into his new relationship, we come to find out this Venezuelan immigrant who's likely to be deported found love with somebody else. That's right. She went to Home Depot, found herself a hardworking construction worker, and now they rollerblade together.
The funniest part to me about all of this is that it's exactly what I have been saying to the red pill for like 3 years, which is that a girl, even essentially the type of girl who would trade any level of dignity so that she could just have like money and status, i.e. dating Myron, it's never going to last. In fact, the advice that Myron gives is how to like manipulate girls with the lowest sense of self-worth to staying with you for as long as possible. And the reality is that she found somebody that made her feel good, and it didn't matter about all the status. In fact, she probably realized in dating Myron, status ain't shit. Money doesn't matter that much if you're fucking miserable and you don't have any even semblance of love in your relationship. I've said this from day fucking one. Girls care about how you make them feel, which, by the way, is smart. Just so it's clear. That's a smart dating tactic. Yeah. Care about the way that people make you feel. That's kind of important.
Myron repeatedly mentions his girlfriend during debates, during discussions, just be like, what, you think a guy like me can't have a girlfriend? And now all of a sudden that shit's falling apart. He's hiding it.
Do you have a missus? Do you have a girl?
That's irrelevant to the question.
Do you have a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? That's what I thought.
Bro, don't you have like a girlfriend or like a wife or something? Like somebody you
bro, we went over this a million times. Like me being here as a single guy, right? In the city, whatever, in the best... Bro, the other conversation.
Oh, Myron, who's Angie?
You know what, man? This is crazy, bro. Well,
what is saying?
This is
I said, Myron, are you so with?
Ooh, I don't blame him, but he's salty about it. I mean, it's tough. Your girl leaves you and immediately jumps into a new relationship. Tough. He deserves it, to be clear, but tough.
Then she told me the stuff that was happening between them. Clearly, they don't have sex at all. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
First of all, Daisy, you're crazy for airing that shit out, okay? Daisy was crazy for the shit she would air out. Like, that's none of your business. That's not yours to tell. What are you doing, Daisy? But also, a good sign of an unsuccessful relationship is a complete lack of sexual relationship, okay? One of the things marriage therapy will use to predict the end of a relationship is sex not happening. And that doesn't mean you should force sex. That means you should figure out what's going on that's making sex undesirable.
I just got here from work, and we never have sexual relationships, guys. Like, you should stop with this. You're not laughing, but it's true.
Them boys commented about damn time. We all know you were smashing Angie. You know what, bro? I wish, but no. Them boys commented about damn.
You owe Daisy an apology.
I'm sorry, Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy.
My bad.
Daisy, you still shouldn't have aired out her shit. She was right, but not hers to air out. That's crazy.
They don't have sex?
They don't have sex, and she told me Myron just prefer to be with other women.
You mean other men?
No, that's wrong. Shout out to Tree. Shout out to Tree. All the happiest pictures I've seen of this is in another man's arms.
It's crazy.
Fresh fit.
There's really something so odd to me about men who like hate women so much that also want to only have sex with them. Like it's like when straight men hate being around women, they hate femininity, they hate anything to do with femininity except putting cock in vagina. It's the strangest thing to me. Like it does feel a little bit homoerotic. I'm not gonna lie, where you're like, I just want to be with my guys all the time. They're the only ones who get me. And it's just like, okay, Andrew and David, relax. Which is like, if you're unfamiliar, there's a lot of like classic stories in literature that are very homoerotic amongst the men. Okay, Gilgamesh and Enkidu. It's a great one. One of the oldest stories on the planet is actually two straight men being homoerotic together. But there's something weird about the psychology that's going on. I don't quite know what to make of it. Maybe leave a comment if you have an idea what's going on, but so strange. It seems like a pattern though, where like these super obsessed with masculinity men want to have sex with women and then nothing else because they hate femininity. And it's just like, what's going on here, boys?
Fresh and fellas.
Fresh and fellas.
Fresh and fellas. Two guys, no hoes.
Look, normally I'm going to laugh at a good gay joke, but look, they're trying to strip the rights to get married, so we should go easy on them, okay? Being gay is fine. If Myron's gay, that's totally okay.
Fresh and fitness. Fresh and fitness.
Damn. Though this bothers me a little bit that I know that he's with other women. I understand that he cares about me, he loves me, provides for me.
Yeah, and here's the thing. No. She lives a great fucking life, but she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than other girls here, no offense. Right? But what I'm trying to explain to you ladies is if you got a guy that checks off all the boxes.
If you got a guy who's rich and tall and high value, you have to put up with abuse and neglect. Duh. Come on, ladies. And the worst part is like women will go for this, right? They won't last long most of the time. Especially, he's not old enough, okay? If he was like this and like 84, so she knew she could cash in like 3 years, I get it, okay? Don't really respect the hustle. Think it's kind of gross, but do your thing. Unfortunately, in this case, you're just guaranteed forever that you can never talk back. You can never voice your opinion if you disagree with him. You can never tell him that things bother you. Won't matter. And you have to whisk him off and serve him as he fucks other women and then goes on podcasts to completely deride your gender. In fact, going so far as to say you are inherently inferior. Crazy, okay? Some kind of level of self-hate that is necessary to maintain in that relationship as a woman. The question is, was she seeing him before or after she left him? I don't know. I have no idea. Interesting, though. Interesting question. Man, no wonder in the debate he was so extra salty about women. He was so extra misogynistic. It was crazy. And speaking of the Timcast, I didn't know any of this shit had happened, but I guess this is all dropped. They covered this about a week ago, so I don't know how recent it's been that people have realized that Angie's not around. But at Timcast, he was there with another girl. I've never met Angie. I just assumed it was Angie. And to be honest, he didn't correct me. Nobody did. But she's just this like Spanish girl that was very quiet, said about 3 sentences the whole time, and me and Angelica, this liberal girl, kept on being like, blink twice if you need help, girl. And she'd be like, hey, I like watching Myron talk to his fans. And we're like, get out, please run. Oh my god. It was crazy. It was crazy watching Myron and his like dates or whoever she was. I don't know if they're girlfriend or boyfriend, but she was in DC with him. It was crazy watching their dynamic because he would be like, go get me this, get me this. She like had everything packed for him. Like very much like an assistant. And she said nothing the whole time. We all went out for dinner. We were out with like Alex and Tim and their girlfriends and all these people. Not a word. Silent the whole time. was very weird the whole time. Nick and I like got back into our hotel room that night, and we like looked at each other and we're like, oh my gosh, what a miserable relationship. It's one thing to hear about these things and obviously know that like everything he's advocating for is awful and going to lead to really awful relationships for basically everyone involved, except for I guess maybe him. It's a whole other thing to witness it, where you're like, girl, you're so sweet and tiny, just say something. Oh, that was sad. So I'm not surprised Angie left. Okay.
I tell you not to fucking hang out with your ass friends. You hang out with them anyway. You need to delete your social media. He doesn't. Okay. Men and women are not the same. When women get pretty for a reason, that in itself is cheating. Actually, you know, it's funny. Angie's gonna write. I can do whatever I want. You're a fucking idiot.
I think this is all healthy to see unfold because you can just realize like anyone can get online and preach whatever they want. But can't you look at me like, I don't know, because you said preach? Maybe. I think it's just at some point, it's like Santa Claus. You want to believe. It don't make sense, but you need to believe. I like Santa.
This is the biggest problem with all of Myron's advice, is that essentially what you're saying is find a gold digger and manipulate her and make her insecure enough that she never leaves you. That's more or less his advice. Be super high value so that women want you, and that way you can basically do whatever and make sure you always have a couple of extra women that you're around so that she gets insecure and is afraid that you're going to walk out and she's going to lose access to all of this high value luxury stuff. So it's essentially be rich and pay her to stay and manipulate her a little bit. Well, not manipulate, a little bit. Explicitly manipulate her to make her insecure so she sticks around.
Actually, you know, it's funny. Angie's gonna write our NDAs from now on. We're gonna make NDAs.
Yeah, but don't tell the people.
Angie's gonna write them. Huh? Who better write them than my chick? You hoes that got no money. Who better, man?
It's crazy. I don't know why. I don't know what was going on. He was obviously smitten for her. That's like the closest I've seen him being happy around a woman. He looks a little smitten. He looks like he's blushing.
But to look at a man who's in his mid-30s, never been in a relationship, and his first one, you know, as a high-value man, he can't even get...
It's crazy. It's crazy that like all there really is for young men is like the Tates and the Myrons. Like that's the main people that like kind of crack the code on like appealing to them and talking to them consistently in like an interesting way. Ugh. First of all, men are retarded, and second of all, nobody cares about them. It's crazy. All right. So anyways, they did this video, and Myron responded, of course. I have not seen this. I have no idea. I'd watched like half of the other one.
You gotta talk about me to make money. If you stop making fresh event videos for the next year, your income will go down by 40%. I genuinely fucking feel sorry for you, bro. I take care of your mother, nigga. So I hope you buy her another condo and another and another. Because I'm gonna continue to stay relevant so your dumb ass can go ahead and feed off me. And that's the god honest truth. If I ever decided to leave YouTube, your income would go down by 30% easily. You know, I'd beat the fuck out of you in a confrontation if we ever fought. You know, I'll debate you if we ever had a discussion. You're my fucking son, nigga. And there's a reason why you will never, ever talk to me in person.
I'm gonna be straight. I don't know if I've ever lost a debate to Myron. Just to be clear, he's not terrible. One of his problems is here's Myron's actual problems in debate, okay? He actually isn't that willing to be super bad faith. Like he won't do like the Eastern Orthodox, like never really staking out a claim or substantiating it, running away anytime you make like a semi-valid point and like quibbling over definitions. He won't do any of that. He like grants everything and just like engages in the actual ideas. It's probably like one of my favorite people to debate actually because of that. But also, just saying, I did pretty well against Myron. And look, to be fair, not hard to do well against insane ideas being peddled by somebody who isn't being super, super dishonest in representing them.
Like, you guys could go ahead and sit there and make a video and say all this other shit, Clowny, but what's the real raw truth, bro? You're a failed comedian. You're overweight. No one respects you for you. People watch you for shitty-ass entertainment as they eat their morning cereal. That's the real talk, nigga. Nobody's actually listening to you, okay? They don't care about what you do as far as, like, the value you provide. They care about your shitty fucking takes on niggas that are actually being successful with your jump cut editor, who is really the real runner of the channel, if we're going to be all the way at 1,000.
He need a raise. He needs a raise ASAP, nigga.
I thought it was ABBA who did like all of their editing for, I think they recently got an editor, but I'm pretty sure for the most part it's been ABBA like their entire career. Just saying.
Give him a raise.
Yeah. Real talk, bro. Your editor does all your work for you. Jump cuts, all this other shit. You're not really a funny guy. That's why you don't do stand-up no more. If we're going to be honest. You're not really a smart guy. That's why you don't live stream. You're not intelligent. That's why you'll never sit there and debate with me. We can have a discussion. Openly invite you. You'll never do.
Bro, these fucking sound effects kill me. They're so lame. There's nothing more lame than people seriously using sound effects while they're speaking.
Though, because I would expose you for the failure of a man that you are. So you must go ahead and criticize individuals that are doing better than you for you to get a little bit, siphon a little bit of that fucking attention. The one niche that you tried, comedy, you can't even do that. And I'll tell you why.
Come on, sound effect moment missed.
You've been on YouTube for what, 10 years? Yeah. You got 2 million subscribers? That's a fucking joke. And YouTube is your main platform. That's your main platform with 2 million. Bro, if you stop making fresh videos for the next year, your income will go down by 40%. You need me to make money. Luckily for you, I'm a hard worker. So you're always going to be able to make content on me. But what it really highlights is your inadequacy. I haven't heard you talk about the genocide in Gaza not one fucking time. We're going to be real about this. And I know why. Because for you, it's all about the money. You know if you get into this topic, it's going to fuck up your situation. You guys must have integrity.
To have integrity, you must talk about specific geopolitical things I'm personally passionate about. Just so it's clear, most foreign political issues would be improved if less people who knew nothing about it talked about it. Just gonna be straight. Gaza, Israel, it's a really fucking complicated situation. Anything Middle Eastern is just a fucking mess, okay? That's there's any takeaway you should have as a normie, it's that, holy shit, this is a fucking mess. And everyone fucking sucks all the time, okay? But also, we don't need people commenting on these things all the time. We should like raise awareness, do like some charity fundraisers, you know, and let it be. You know who I don't want weighing in on the Ukraine-Russia war? People who know nothing about the situation and end up like dick riding Russia. Probably not good. Probably not a good look. He doesn't know that much about Israel and Palestine. He knows like a couple of like really like esoteric things, but he super doesn't understand like the broad geopolitical, like the recent wars in the last century in that area that would be relevant to this topic, which was like kind of surprising. In some ways, you don't know enough about this topic either, Myron.
If I ever decided to go back to the government or fucking like not.
First of all, I don't know if he could get a government job again after like the things that he said and the KKK dancing and stuff. Probably not. I'd be surprised. Even under Trump, I'd be surprised, just to be very clear.
The videos that generate the most money, the most views for you are videos of me. Very well. Luckily for you, I'm not lazy. So you will be able to continue to make your videos on me, lying on me, to siphon off some of my attention so you can go ahead and make some money. You're fucking welcome. I hope your mom enjoys the condo. But the sad part is, you supporting your mother is contingent upon another man.
And you're contingent on shitting on whores. What? Isn't that better? Isn't it better to at least be making money from talking about other men and other people? Your entire income is based on begging for money while they masturbate to you bullying OnlyFans models and then also go and subscribe to all those models. You make money only and exclusively because OnlyFans models exist and are willing to show up on your show. It is that simple. Which, to your worldview, since you think women are lesser, that makes you inferior to them.
My dad works harder than you when he doesn't even have to fucking do it anymore. And he's like fucking 60 plus.
Your dad's stupid for that. Grind yourself to the bone. Never have joy or pleasure. It's what makes you a good person. It's like your dad's fucking stupid. And in fact, his entire identity is so tied to his economic output that if he stopped working, he'd probably hate himself. He should just retire if he doesn't need to work.
I come from a very hardworking family. My dad never took a fucking cent from welfare, despite the fact that he qualified for it because he didn't make enough money being a fucking cab driver in New York City. He imparted that work ethic on me. Anytime I did some dumb shit, he smacked the fuck out of me. They forced me to go to college. You've been on YouTube for what, 10 years? 2 million subscribers. You post once a week, twice a week maybe, 3 times a week if you really found something cool about me that you want to put out there and report.
Yeah, and then they spend the rest of their time. Preach as a wife. He spends a lot of time with his wife and with a couple of like side businesses. Abig does dancing, spends a ton of time with his family, does a lot of like leisure. This idea that it's like you should just work harder. It's like, bro, that's how you lost your relationship in the first place, is because you already had enough and you wouldn't stop. You wouldn't make time for the person that you fell in love with. You're destroying everything that matters and idealizing it at the same time. You're idealizing the thing that has poisoned your life.
I take care of your mother, nigga. You don't. So I hope you buy her another condo and another and another. Because I'm going to continue to stay relevant.
If he takes care of Ab and Preach because they do content on him, then does that mean that OnlyFans models takes care of Myron's family?
Dumbass can go ahead and feed off me. And that's the God honest truth. If I ever decided to leave YouTube, your income would go down by 30% easily. You know, I'd beat the fuck out of you in a confrontation if we ever fought.
Allegedly.
You know, I'll debate you if we ever had a discussion. I'm better than you in every single way. And you know this. That's why you pray on my downfall every day.
And yet your girlfriend was miserable with you and immediately swapped from a high value man to a construction worker. And your fucking best friend is barely defending you, by the way. Crazy. Walter sucks as a friend. Walter's crazy. I do not know how they stick it together. Predictably, Myron's learned nothing. As I watched his relationship with the new girl that he has, I don't know if they're dating or whatever, I have no idea, but it was fucking pathetic and miserable and depressing. We have again learned that these red pill guys, unfortunately, are taking advantage of young men in the same way that they complain that OnlyFans models are taking advantage of them. They are giving them in fact, they're worse. Because OnlyFans models, at least they're, you know, getting good porn. And they get to talk to Gurpreet, and Gurpreet's really nice, okay? Myron gives them advice that will actively ruin their relationships and takes their money for it. I hate it. Hate to see it. It's depressing to know how much people can pop off if they just facilitate and propagate hatred to the outgroup. It's probably one of the worst facets of the internet, truly. Well, that was depressing. More depressing things. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me everywhere. My Instagram's been popping off pretty hard. So if you want like regular shorts, I've got a pretty good short game going on. It's novel content as well. So it's not like rehashed of this stuff anymore. It's its own uniquely created content. I've got a Patreon as well. We do book club. We're probably going to start movie club here soon as well, which is about what it sounds like. We watch a movie or documentary and then we talk about it. And Unfuck America Tour, I'm still a part of it. We're hoping to go to AmFest in December, and we're looking at when Charlie Kirk announces his locations in the September to December semester of which schools he's going to. We're going to try to go to as many schools as we can. So the link to donate to Unfuck America is down below. Support it. If you support it through me, you support me as well. Magic word of the day is protector. There's the word protector on my desk over there. Stay kind, be well, be happy. It's time to grow up and be happy, guys. We can do it, okay? Big hugs, big kisses. Think well, and I hope you have a day as wonderful as you are.